It is halftime of the Clemson-Texas game, and looks bad. It looks really, really bad. Texas is up 28-10 at halftime. Clemson went up 7-0 on, I thought, a very good offensive drive, really good play call. It took a lot of time off the clock. They ended up putting the ball in the end zone, and since then, it has been nothing but Texas lining up and shoving guys around. I've seen in the comments section on one of my other videos, well, Texas is holding. Maybe a little bit, but folks, I mean, you got to push back. You have to push back, and 28-10. I mean, unfortunately, Clemson looks like they don't supposed to be here, and I've been warning against this, but everyone and their brother who just wants to act like it's okay to get the crap beat out of you, go into a game that you don't supposed to be in and getting the crap beat out of you, that's somehow a good thing. I don't get that way of thinking, but hey, to each their own. This is bad. 28-10. Clemson looks like they're being outcoached, especially defensively. Their Texas's defense has watched so much film on Cade's cadence, on how long he holds the ball, and the play design, that they are timing their jumps to block the pass, to knock the ball down. They're timing it like, well, a well-coached team. And so the Longhorns right now are up 28-0. I really don't know what positive you're supposed to gain out of this other than you got your sainted 10 wins in an ACC championship. But right now it looks bad. I'll go over that in just a couple of moments. Let me see. Let me get to the first. Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel and you're sitting here going, this guy is kind of, I'm shocked he's saying some of this stuff about his own team. Well, I just call it as I see it, and I've been warning about this, but, every person who I guess they're okay with their team going to a college football playoff and then getting the color beat out of their jerseys, they're fine with it. Me, I was saying, I just don't, unless we're going to go play well and shock the world, we can't go in and get blown out. And the only good thing that could come from that is if Dabo went and made some internal changes and brought in some elite coaches here and there in certain positions. But right now, Clemson's totally getting outmanned. If you like to support independent media, someone with no strings attached, with a person that has been talking about the elephant in the room for, well, since well before the Georgia game, if you like to support someone like that versus someone who's going to, hum the tiger rag to you and tell you that because we're Clemson, well, everything's going to be okay. If you want to support someone like that, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel because, unfortunately, I was afraid this was going to happen. I called Texas to win this game while totally pulling for my Tigers. Let's get into the this is hard to watch. Let's get to team stats. This is what's funny. I want to start with something that's going to be kind of shocking. Time of possession. It's only a 20-second difference from being right down the middle. Clemson has had the ball for 15 minutes and 20 seconds. Texas has had the ball for 14 minutes and 40 seconds. Both teams have had a turnover. Texas has 15 first downs to Clemson's 9. Texas is 2 of 4 on third down conversions. Clemson's 2 of 7. Texas is 1 of 2 on fourth down conversion. Now here we go. This is crazy. Texas has 289 total yards. They have 141 in the air, 148 on the ground. Clemson can't stop the run. Clemson can't stop the run. I mean, I have not seen Clemson's run, I have not seen Clemson have this poor of a defensive line performance in a long time. You're seeing a lack of, we know what it comes down to. A lack of depth. You have a lack of depth. You have, a lack of depth. That's pretty much it. And Again, I'm not even looking at the comment section right now, but I know a lot of people are talking about holding. Well, they're holding them. They're holding them. They're holding. Okay, I get that, but I've seen plays. I've seen plays where Texas was not holding. They were actually shoving Clemson players like rag dolls. So that's not holding. That's called getting your head ripped off. And I know the game is getting sissified. Every year they're putting in more rules to make sure that these guys who lift weights all the time, who runs all the time, who's massive human beings, that when they collide, it doesn't hurt that much. It's shocking. It's almost like they give you a helmet and pads because it could be brutal. I wonder if that's it. But Clemson's getting bested. I mean, they really are. Their defense is getting shoved around like they're children. And so, could there been a hold here or a hold there? Yeah, but I'm sorry, Clemson's getting shoved around. Clemson is absolutely getting shoved around, and it's terrible. Clemson has 182 total yards, 117 in the air, 65 on the ground. Adam Randall did come in, have the nice run. Everybody was like, put Randall in at running back, put Randall in at running back, 3 carries, 42 yards. If you go back to that one massive run that he had, that's basically all those yards. So I'm glad he's in there, running the football. But this is just hard to watch. I'm sorry. This is just hard for me to sit here and watch this. I got a bunch of you in here. If you're new to my channel and you're sitting here going, man, this is just a Clemson fan being upset that his team's getting manhandled. And you're new to the channel, you've never heard me talk about it. I did not see Clemson as a playoff team. I didn't. I did not see it. And I said that if they were going to go to the college football playoff and get their head knocked off their shoulders, that I'm enough of a fan that I see that as a bad thing. And they shouldn't go somewhere they're not ready for. That you don't need to go be in the playoffs only to get massacred. But there's other Clemson fans, and there's a lot of them, that all you have to do is dangle an invitation to a college football playoff, and they don't stop for a moment to go, hold on, are we going to get the paw ripped off our helmet? All they hear is, we go to the college football playoff. You need to be happy. I'm sorry. I always ask, what's going to be the end result? Is this going to hurt Clemson in the long run? And if they're going to get blown out, the only way that could work, folks, is if Sweeney goes in and he hires a bunch of elite coaches after this game. He goes, hey, I don't want to get blown out anymore. I met Matthew McConaughey, and that was cool and stuff, but they don't pay me to meet Matthew McConaughey. They pay me to come in and run this team, and I've given a lot of guys a lot of first-time chances, and this game on a national stage says it's time to make some changes. And that would be the only way that this would work. But folks, this is hard to watch. This is truly, truly hard to watch. It's embarrassing. It's so embarrassing right now. And I hope Clemson comes out in the second half and does something different. But folks, I mean, when has Clemson made proper adjustments at halftime other than against bad teams? That they just had more talent, man, and they could just call any old play and they could run them out of the stadium. I just don't get that. I just don't get that. It's terrible. It's just absolutely terrible. I have so many comments in here. I can't respond to everyone. So y'all please forgive me for overlooking you if I'm overlooking you, because there's so many people in here. Real quick, if you like supporting independent media, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. It is free. I'm almost at 7,000 subscribers on my very young channel. So if you want to help me get there, I hope you will do that. Try to get in here, say hello to a few people. Kevin, thanks for becoming a new member. I do appreciate it, man. I really, really do appreciate that. I see JT Brown in here, Hamp to Redmond, Big John being a smart aleck, and I love it. The graduation rate. Dale, 14 playoff was enough, but we just had to have 12. That's hilarious. We need a real quarterback. I really don't think that Hamp. I don't think it's really on Cade as much as everybody probably thinks it is. This is it's pretty rough, but I understand. I understand what you're saying. Can we? That is hilarious. You're being absolutely hilarious. Dabo is right. Feast or famine on defense. Yeah, tonight we're anorexic. We're anemic. Forgot I got paid and still have some money. That's awesome. That is awesome. Chase Henderson, you are a bandwagon. If you think Dabo needs to go jump on the Texas. But hey, good to see you, Chase. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, Dabo doesn't need to go. He just needs to. He just needs to go ahead and unfortunately make some difficult decisions. And he needs to look at Matt Luke and go, what happened if I had a bunch of Matt Lukes around me? I wonder what that would do to my team. Well, you wouldn't be losing 28-10 in the first round of the college football playoff. I can promise you that. So I think that's the proper change. The proper changes that needs to be made. It's good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Noah's in here. Polly's Island peeps. It's good to see you, my friend. Zachary Barr, very good point. Every time Clemson plays a team with a pulse, they lose. Facts. Team is out of its depth. Yep, you're right. Tiger Man, they are holding. Yeah, there's some holding. There is some holding there, but I'm just telling you, they are getting outmanned. I mean, they are getting totally outmanned. It's sad. Hamp Redmond, good to see you in here. It's good to see you, my friend. Bunch of people in here. User, other than Kirby, who has 2 natties. There's people who's upset about that. Good to see you. Parker, thanks for supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Let's get back to this because the halftime will be over soon. Okay, what can Clemson do? What can Clemson do to step up and try to get back in this ball game? First of all, you have to stop the run. They don't want to throw the football. And I know I just gave you the stat about how many yards they pass for, but take the run away from them. They don't have Isaiah Bond. Clemson has actually injured a lot of a solid amount of their players. So Clemson, here's what you need to do. You have to stop the run now. And if they're holding you, make it so obvious for the ref that basically the flag falls out of their pants, but you cannot get blown off the ball. And you're going to have to stack the box. Stack it big time. Offensively, you have to figure out something. They know every move that Cade is going to make before he makes it. And that's not on Cade. That's called good coaching. That is called really, really good coaching. That's called preparation. That's called sitting down and watching the other team's film so much that if the guy's about to fart, you know it before he even breaks wind. That's called good coaching, folks. And that's what you're seeing from the Texas sideline. I was on the Austin, Texas Fox affiliate this week, Julian Martinez. If you see this, Julian, thanks for having me on. I was a guest on there. And he asked me, he said, what is your hesitation to pick Clemson in this ball game? And I said, Clemson's offensive and defensive scheme has not produced a complete game all season long. So why would it do it in game number 14? Why? And this is ending up, it's coming to fruition, folks. It is coming to fruition, unfortunately, and I absolutely hate it. Let me see in here. Looking like complete garbage right now, but in retrospect, this could be good for the future of the program. Bailey BP, thank you so much for supporting the channel. $5. Everybody go check out Bailey BP's channel. He did a really good hype video for this game. I know the game's not going the way that we want it, but he did a really good hype video. Y'all go check it out. Thanks for supporting the channel, Bailey BP. Clemson just has to become aggressive. Clemson has to start playing because they have to start playing. Clemson has to play with. I mean, do we want to be embarrassed? Do we want to be embarrassed? That is the question that Clemson needs to ask this question right now. Do we really want to be embarrassed in this game? Do we want to join the likes of SMU, who just got throttled by Penn State? Everyone and their brothers saying they shouldn't be in the college football playoff, and Clemson shouldn't be in the college football playoff, and Indiana shouldn't have been in the college football playoff. Really, has Clemson fallen to that place? Have they fallen to that place? That's a great question you should ask yourself. You should ask yourself, are you comfortable with Clemson falling forward? And everybody's like, we're already in the college football playoff and 10 wins in the ACC championship. What more do you want? I don't want to watch the team that I've loved for years get their head ripped off in a college football playoff. For a few people to run around and go, we made the playoff, man, got 10 wins, can't win them all. And folks, I just don't see Clemson. They don't have the coaching. They don't have the coaching prowess like they used to. So, it is what it is. Folks, I'm going to see you after the game, win or, well, lose. I'll see you after the game. There's a ton of you in here. Before I go, if you haven't subscribed, you want to support someone, independent media, no strings attached, I hope you'll subscribe. I'm getting close to 7,000 subscribers. That would be really awesome. Y'all take care of yourself, and I'll see you after the game. As always, go Tigers.